Okay. So what we'll do, like I'll just create a sales order quickly. Then after that, we can proceed further on the invoice. Okay. First step here is order entry, booking, quick release, shipping, then invoice. So till now, in the last three classes, we have completed only 5 points. Okay. So I forgot to note down the invoice number. So I'll create from sales order entry onwards. Okay. Quickly, I'm not going to explain because you know already. So two things actually we can perform at a time, that is quick release and shipping. So there is a rule here. The rule name here is auto ship. Earlier we did not discuss this. Auto shipping, release sales orders, and then release sales orders here. We can take a rule, standard rule, then order number. The shipping tab, there is a rule here, ship confirm rule. That's an auto ship. So because of this, actually we can perform two things if you have a quantity. So that is quick release followed by shipping. Let's see now. Inventory tab. Auto pack deliveries, yes. The rest we don't need to do anything. Only the shipping tab I took a ship confirm rule, and then auto pack deliveries, yes. So these are all the programs. So these two programs belongs to quick release, and the rest of the programs belongs to shipping. Okay. So this we already seen, right? Practically what will happen in the interface step. Correct? Now check the status of your sales order. Line items, and we can see the status here as shipped here. And 4 steps we completed. The next step here is invoice. To create an invoice, there is a program, workflow, background, engine it is. It's a process concurrent program, but it's engine. This we have to submit. You can press F4 to close all that. Then you can run this auto invoice. Auto invoice import will be triggered by using a workflow background. So instead of choosing here, like we can select from list also here. So there is a list here, copy button, and then we can select. These are all the parameters. Okay. If you submit one time, then next time onwards you have to use a copy button over here. Okay. Submit. Another request now. Find here. Make a note of all this sales order number and as well as invoice number also. So why two programs here is for every sales order one program you can see. So this is the order number here. This is order number 70414. And here also there is another sales order number here 70413 it is. Okay. One program will call here one time for every sales order. This is a program, auto invoice import program. This is used to create invoices automatically on this particular sales order. Okay, usually manual invoice is also there. Manual invoice. Manual invoice, if you want to create it, you can simply go to receivables module, and then there is a transactions here and transactions, but it's not linked with the order management. So that means sales orders not originated from a order management. Straight away we are entering a transactions here. There is no shipping, there is no pick release, there is no order entry, booking and all. Straight away we can enter into the receivables here. Okay, this is called as a manual invoice. We are entering straight away. Invoices we can import through some other system also. See, there are other methods as well here. Like XML gateway is the one method. We'll get the data straight away. This XML gateway. This is another responsibility. We'll give a feeder file and then after that we can load. This is a different thing here. And there is a EDI, electronic data interchange, e-commerce gateway. There are various methods to load the data. So as of now, we have seen only two things. One is manual, other one is through order management here. We can go back to receivables here. Transactions here, transactions. And here is the place, there is a reference field. So this reference field, like we have to there is a reference field here. Okay. If we have to press in query mode F11 and then reference number is sales order number here. There is the one 70414. And here is the place, there is a source. So from which source you have created this invoice? What is the module name? The module name here is order entry. So if you want to query, this is the another method here to query the already created invoice. Okay, just control F11. If it is already created, it will give you the data here. Order entry. Not getting. Remove this. Okay, so you have to query it. It is asking either you need to select GL date, this GL date here, and then bill to location, ship to location, whatever the other points you have to give. So alone order number will not be able to query here. Let's see that. Or else go back to order management and refer over there. Order management, order returns and sales order. Here is the place, actions here, and there is a additional order information and then invoices. It's not created. Okay, that means invoices failed. So failed invoices we can see in one error table. Do you remember last class we discussed failed invoices? Where can you see? Table name, error table name. V output, you can see here. So it is saying here the invoice is here rejected. That is the reason why it has not given earlier. So, but why it is rejected? What is the reason behind it? Also, it has given here. Error information is invalid warehouse ID. This is the actual error here. Unable to derive a GL date for your transaction. Okay, this is the error. If you go to receivables here, receivables, then control, somewhere you can check the navigation here, control, and after that, accounting, and then open close periods. Control, accounting, open close periods. If you open this, you will not be able to see it. So ledger name is vision operations. Fine. Right now under a July month, so it is not opened here. Okay. So actually, this is the correct representation. See, if you look at here, JUL is the correct one. AUZ is the correct one. But here, if you look at, someone has given wrongly here. Okay, July 22 is the wrong representation. Of course, date they have given correct only. This identifier is wrong here. But anyway, let's open this. We can open like this simply and save. Okay, now if you need to again continue from starting. Order entry booking one time, then quick release shipping another time. So it's just a two steps process. Go to order management here. I'm creating a new sales order. I rectified the problem. The problem is what it is: unable to derive a GL date for your transaction. Please ensure that your transaction is in a GL period which you have defined. So your system is not allowing the transactions because of this period. So how to identify the period is open or not from the backend here is, there is a table here. Table name here is, first we have to find out the application ID of your receivables. FND application PL is the table name here. So all the applications are here stored into application developer responsibility. You can go to application developer, and here is the place application and register. It's already registered. We are not going to register a new responsibility. So I'm just going to find out receivables responsibility. We don't know the application ID of it. To identify it, you can go to diagnostics and examine. There is a application ID. For receivables, 222 it is. How about other module? Like let's say other module is payables. Just check the ID, application ID. $200. Earlier it was 222, now it is 200. Module to module, the application ID will vary here. Now I require here where application ID is equivalent to 222. Correct? So this is the application. Application name is receivables. Now we are going to identify the period is open or not. So from which table we can identify it is, there is a table GL period statuses, whether it is open or not open or closed. These are all we can see to this one. If you look at here, there is a application ID. Application ID is a joint condition here. You take this application ID, then query. Okay. Under which period name you are looking. So that also we have to look into it. The period name, how we can give here. That is month and year, right? So month is what it is, July 2020. But they have given a wrong representation, correct? That is, like this they have given. Also not giving. Let's see, or simply 22 it says. We'll see. JUL. Now it is the correct one. So there are 5 rows here. You can see the status. Is it closed here as of now? No. It's open only. So based on the status, we can identify whether it is opened or closed and all based on a closing status. I have a query with me. It will give you all the modules, whether it is opened or not. It will give you. These queries must be handy for you. If I missed any query, please remind me, guys. So this query, it's already developed. You can simplify it. Take this. Same tables only, whatever I explained you. I'll show you once. Let's check. So this table we already discussed, and this is belongs to a module. Module name here is GL module, and then application ID. Just before we discussed here 222, correct? You just take this only this partial query also we can execute here till here. This ledger ID is not mandatory, or if you want, we can give here. Set of books ID is 1 year. I'm just going this, commenting this. All the various months and years. You can put in a descending order. Right now, July period is opened or not. So if you go here, receivable module, we are going to check. Navigation is control, and then accounting. These navigations are important actually, otherwise will kill your time. Accounting. The next is open close period. Let's say if you don't know the navigation, if you don't know the navigation, these are all little difficult to remember. So there is a control L. Control L will give you a list of values, and here is the place also we can verify. We can get the navigation. This is a shortcut it is. See, it's clearly showing. Quick, right? It is not only this, for anything it is open. Correct? So how about December 21? That we have to check here whether it is opened or not. Okay. So July 22. Earlier it was not open. Now it is open here. If you want to find out in the payables module, what was the application ID for payables? 200. Is it? Like just control enter. See payable module also. July 22. Never open it is. So can we check payable module also? Of course, we have not covered payables as of now, but go through here. Purchase, sorry, payables. Then here is the place accounting, control payable periods. Then ledger name is vision operations. Find here. So if you look at here July 22, the result it is saying here, it is never opened. Clear? So from backend itself, we can identify. You don't need to go through front end application, check the navigations. So you are a technical consultant, you can identify from backend. So what is the table name here is GL period status. That's it. Only single table it is. Anyway, this error we sorted out. We opened a period. Now go to order management and do from starting. Order return sales orders. If it is not allowing into the query mode, you can press F6. You don't need to close it. This we have to give here definitely. Otherwise, you may need to do manually. Shipping. It has submitted couple of concurrent programs. So after this program successful only, we have to check invoice. This is the last program of this. It's completed. Go to receivables now. Transactions and transactions. Source, there are various sources here. If you look at it from loans module and then from some other this workflow through workflow also we can do. Or this is the invoice, custom sources, all this. But right now I'm looking from order entry module. And reference is your sales order, control F. Now it will give you the invoice. Still, if it is having a problem, then definitely you have to go verify that program status. Yeah, we haven't run that workflow background process. Correct, right? Is it? Till now we discussed only one point here. That is, if we get this particular error, how to solve it. It is the error. Forget about this. This is not the relevant error. It's how to find out the period status here is this query. This is a query. Okay. These are all decode. Decode is if then else logic. If you get a O as a open, C as a close like that, if then else logic. Yeah, it's completed. If you check the V output here, earlier also we checked it. Now you see there is no rejected count at all. Rejected count is 0 here and successfully processed is 1. But what it has processed, it has not given. Definitely we can go with the application, transactions, and then order entry, your reference field. 415 is it? Yes. Like this, it will give. These are all created invoice. Invoice will have all the information of ship to, bill to, who is the customer, what is the bank payment details, every information we can see. If you go to line items also, we can see what was the item you sold to customer, how much quantity, what was the price, everything you can see in this. So this information already stored into two tables here. RA customer TRX all and RA customer TRX line swap. If Recordist is not available, you know the second method. I don't need to explain again. Clear? So this is where actually we stuck last time. We could not create invoice automatically. And invoice tables also we have seen, that is these are all the two tables. Okay. Now the next step here is create accounting, and then after that create a receipt here, and then again create accounting, and then transfer to zero. So today at any cost we can close this O2C cycle. This is the fourth class. Right? Now before create accounting, there is a concept here, credit memo. It's very important. Credit memo. This is a negative amount here. If you look at the invoice amount here, right now, how much is the total amount? 2,66,750, right? So sometimes actually we delivered the quantity 5. We shipped already 5, but later we realized there is one quantity having trouble. Okay, that is a damaged product. So then definitely we have to reduce the amount, right? So we sold for 5 quantity with the 5,000 or 5 lakh price, 50,000 price. Okay, but one quantity is wrong, so that is having a damage. So they need to return to you actually. So you have to revise this invoice. We need to deduct that amount. So that's why it is called as a credit memo. Is a simply we can say negative amount. Okay. There are certain steps we have to follow. Simple steps only. These are all. Along with the query, I'll copy. I'll tell you how to develop a query. Query is very simple. After create accounting, we'll do that. Okay. So first step we already completed. Invoice we created. So that invoice also make a copy. This invoice. Annual invoice also you can do. And then create accounting. Create accounting, you can go to like there is a actions here to apply a credit memo. Okay. There is a tools here. Tools and then create accounting. Out of 3, if you want to modify something again, like we can go with a draft it is, and it will not create any journal entries. But here, final mode, it will create a journal entries as well, and then we can post also in the final step it is. So for timing, I am going with the final accounting it is. Third of the middle option here. Okay. Online accounting could not create it. Yes. So these are all the errors you have to face. It is saying here, online accounting could not be created for this transaction. Please submit the create accounting concurrent program with the report parameters so and so. So this is because of again period only the GL. So we haven't filed this query. Okay. This query will give you complete for GL, fixed assets, everything it will give. First, let's run this. Valid number it is giving. Only for GL we'll see. GL ledgers. Ledger ID. Yeah, that is same table we can use for every module. Okay. Let's see the. We can check in Excel accounting errors, but let me file that query. Go to application developer to identify the application ID. Register. General ledger. This is on. For every module we can identify like this only application ID. One not one it is. 101 where it is. Let's check. It's a complete query. this one, right? So this portion only I am taking. Okay, this portion. This is having a problem. This ampersand is having a problem here. So if it is hiding, then you can use press F2. It will be fixed. Okay, it will not hide. This is the problem. In GL also you have to open. It is saying here never open. GL module period is never open. Today if I open, you will not face that issue. Okay, because I am opening in the server itself, right? Go to general ledger, vision operations, and then setup, open, close. Okay, fine. There are various months we have to open here. Right now, December, there are other, directly we can open in the July, let's see. Other periods are not opening. The problem with this identifier, I don't know whether it will work. So be careful while entering the data, then you have to give a capital letter here. First J is a capital, and then after that, the rest of the things is small letters, you get init cap. The way to enter this period also I'll show you. Usually functional people will enter, but still I'll show you. Setup, financials, calendars, accounting. This is where like accounting calendar, accounting. Prefix, try to rectify. I think it is allowed. I'm not sure. It is allowed, then no worries. It's allowed. Okay. The rest of the records are already given, no worries. This is where we have to enter. If we are going to enter the data in November month, simply, or September month, control down arrow, September, that is month, 2022. And September comes in which quarter it is? Third quarter. And September 9th. September, how many days? If you don't give hyphen also, it will take automatically. So see, I am not giving hyphen, it is taking automatically. Correct? This is the way you have to enter. In the same way, October also. October. These are all functional people will be there in the office, but you must know all these small things. So, fourth quarter, right? Save. This is the way we have to enter. And do you want to validate the currently displayed calendar? There will be a number of calendars, monthly calendar, weekly calendar. If country changes, calendar also will change. Right now, current only, not all. Anyway, let's see the period which we submitted. It's went wrong. So we have to check that error, why it went wrong. This error. There are not enough periods defined in your calendar. Please define your future interval periods. This is the error we'll get. Just taking a screenshot for you. There's so many errors we are getting, right? What the last? This is the error. Calendar. What is the name of your calendar? What's name? Which name? Calendar navigation. You can go to setup, financials, calendar, account. Yes. Check what are the entries missed. Okay. From January to till December, you have to enter all this. Quickly I do. Okay. I'm not explaining this. Just give me 1 minute time. Are future interval periods enough? Like you are in July, August, September. It will check only 2 future interval periods. Let's submit again. If you get error, then we have to enter all this. Okay. I'm going to open a period again. In which place we can open a period? Setup. Open course. Correct. If it gives error, we don't have alternative. We have to enter. Error. See, error. Is there a new error? Same error, right? We don't have alternative. Because of WhatsApp charges course, no worries. 3-4 minutes time on okay, no? Relax. Still all to the coach. No problem. Actually, that accounting errors we can see into, there is a table here, XLA accounting errors. XLA accounting errors. So what went wrong? It's clearly decided here. See, the GL date 27 July is not in an open or future enterable period. Please select a valid GL date or open the period. So that's what we are doing here now. Now we will not face all these issues because I rectified in the server itself. So straight away you can finish all this. But see, now it's completed, right? Earlier it went to completed error. Okay. Now if you look at the entries in the accounting calendar, only for 2022 year, you can just query. You can verify in the sequence whether the sequence is best. So this is mandatory here. That's called as adjustment period here. ADJ. ADJ means adjustment. So adjustment only one day I have given. So 1 month I have given, but you can give 1 day also. It's up to you. This last day, 31st December only. 1 day only I have given. And here 30, 31 days difference is there. But in this case only 1 day. 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, whatever you want, you can give. But this is the one preferable here. 1 day for adjusting any data. Clear? So we will not face any issue. It's modified. Again, we have to restart. Correct? From here onwards, we have to proceed. or else like accounting will do. Okay, when your sales order entry, these are not needed. Invoice number we did not copy it, is it? Copy 15, right? Go to receivables. Then transactions. Now you no need to practice, right? We have revised n number of times here. Reference field. This is the invoice. Let me make a note. Okay. So this error we have got already we rectified, and after that here also screenshot I have taken. This is also rectified. Now this is where we are. Invoice already created and verified. The next is create accounting. This is where we stuck. If you get any errors in this, I told you one table that is accounting errors. I queried and showed the exact error also here. Correct? This is exact error. Go to tools. Then after that, create accounting. Out of three, we have to take middle, final accounting. We have to get accounting has created successfully, like this. Accounting has been, if it is not coming, or if it is giving error means straight away you can go to this particular table to know the reason why it went wrong. See, not only this period issue, there are many issues are there here. Exact reason you can get to know. Okay, so you can put a distinct and then encoded message. You will get to know all the various unique reasons for failing this. Okay. Now what next here? We have to go to tools here. Credit. We are going to create a credit memo here. It's a negative amount. It is. Enter the negative amount, and finally we can do this. Okay. So go to tools here. There is a credit on this. It's not a. I see this. We the tools are credit. You can go to actions here. Normally type over there. Credit. So on top of this invoice only we are creating credit number. As of now it is not generated, so it will give you the another number here. Okay. What else to enter here? Just check. We have to click on this credit lines, or else directly line item. Line item not belongs to us. Credit lines, line number 1, and your quantity. See, these two are optional, right? Actually, how much quantity we went wrong? Only one. Price. You cannot increase the balance, so we are adding here. So credit memo always it must be a negative only. So it is saying here you are going to increase the balance. No, it's not. Remove this. So straight away I'm entering here how much amount, let's say 2,50,000, right? I'm just entering here 50,000 is negative amount. Yes. So once you enter a negative amount, it will automatically take into angular brackets here. See, this angular brackets means it is negative amount. It is. That's it, guys. This is how we can create a credit memo. It's a very simple step actually. We have to go to actions and then credit. Now see, it has given a number also. Your invoice number is 927 and credit number is here 928. Now, how we can derive this credit number? Because both are stored in same table only. Both are stored in same table. I will type this query. You know self join. Self join. Self join. You don't know. Joining table to itself. Correct, right? So here also we are doing same thing only. Same table. No, not lines. Only same table we are joining to itself. So RCT dot customer TRX ID is equivalent to credit dot previous customer TRX ID. There is another column, previous customer TRX ID. Okay. So this is the join. See, we are joining the same table to itself. It is. It's a very good example for your self join. Okay. Now RCT dot TRX number. This is the original invoice number. We need to display credit number also, that is credit dot transaction number only, TRX number. This is what it is, not invoice, it is credit number. It is like this. Check one invoice number. Invoice number is this one, right? 927. It has to give 928. Giving, right? 927 is the invoice number, 928 is the credit number. Very simple query, but only thing is you need to remember the join. Customer transaction ID is equivalent to previous customer transaction ID. So same only this query. So received and these three steps again pending, guys. Almost 1 hour over. I have another calls. So O2C is not completed. Because of the errors only, we spent a lot of time. Received and then create account. Hardly 20 more minutes will be there now. I'll take next time class. Then after that, we'll continue the other topic. So today we talked about only two things. One is invoice creation, and other one is credit memo creation. And we rectified all the issues. Okay. Thank you.